I have the biggest secret that models are not telling you. If you do not have a sauna in your gym or a steam room in your gym and you want to get all of your body weight off that is all water, listen up. I bought this hot suit on Amazon. It comes with sweatpants and a jacket, but I have never worn the sweatpants yet because I can't fathom hopping on a treadmill and literally dripping out of my pants. I don't want people to think I peed, but this will literally make every single thing from your top half drip off. I can't even put my arms down on the treadmill because water will just slide out. I will show you at the end, but let me promise you, you will literally get everything out of your body. You've had a long weekend of drinking, put the hot suit on and walk for 30 minutes on an incline. You will get it all out. You have an event coming up and you want to just shred real quick, put the hot suit on for 30 minutes to an hour.
This one's gonna make you feel really dumb, but skinny girls are skinny because they're okay and they're comfortable with leaving extra food on their plate. Once I realized this, I started dropping weight, and that's the annoying thing is like, wow, that's super simple, right? All I had to do my entire life was check in while I was eating a meal and make sure I was still hungry before I continued eating it. And let me tell you, if you have a habit of finishing all the food on your plate, this is going to feel challenging at first, and that is okay. But you gotta build the habit of leaving some food on your plate. Personally, I did this by always just leaving at least a few bites on my plate and then walking out of the room for like 10 to 15 minutes. If I was still hungry, I was allowed to come back and eat the rest of the food on my plate, but I had to get into the habit of not finishing everything that was in front of me. You have to learn this skill. And yes, it's a skill that some people are just naturally born with. Skinny people are not special, okay? We love them, but they're not special. They just have the right habits, and that's why I preach habits so much. You just gotta start doing the right things.
I need to share with you guys a thin girl's secret. Most thin girls follow the 80-20 rule, but that's not the secret. The thing is, when you're out and about and you see thin girls eating whatever they want, you think it's their genetics, they're naturally skinny, they can eat whatever they want, life's not fair, how come they get to eat whatever they want and they never put on weight? But most of these girls follow an 80-20 rule. I do. So 80% of the time I eat clean, 20% of the time I eat whatever I want, I have treats. And I'm not speaking for all, but most girls do this. So when you're out and about and you're seeing girls eat whatever they want, it's because you're seeing them at their 20%. You're not seeing them when they're home alone, eating super clean, not having any junk or processed food at home. They're following a strict clean diet. You're seeing them at their 20. So don't be fooled and don't think life's not fair and it's just my genetics and I have to be super strict and they can eat whatever they want and they'll always lose. You could also follow the same rule and I promise you will see results. Eat 80% clean at home. Keep your house, your pantry clean. Don't have any processed food. And when you're out, have fun. But in moderation, of course. It's not your genetics. It's not that thin girls have like this, like they have this gift and they can just stuff their faces and eat whatever they want and they'll always be thin. That's not it. You're seeing them at 20%. So you could do the same thing. I realized this because when I was out with my friends and I was eating ice cream and they're like, wow, you can eat ice cream? You eat ice cream? They were so surprised. They're like, you can eat ice cream and you can look like that? Yeah, but that's because at home I eat clean. I walk all the time. I watch my portions. So that way when I go out, I can actually have some ice cream and I have some treats, but that's not my all the time. So you're not seeing the full picture. Don't fool yourself. Don't be deceived. It's just that when we're out, we have fun. But we keep it clean at home.
Remember this, ladies, that it is not the woman who works the hardest who gets lean and stays lean. It is the woman who's focused on the shit that actually matters. I cannot tell you how many times in my past I was obsessed with all things nutrition. I knew more about nutrition than anyone I knew. But guess what? I was also the one gaining the most weight. This is after years and years of trying everything and working my ass off in the gym. I worked so hard. I've seen this time and time again, of course with me, but with clients, friends of mine, when they finally just take a step back, relax and say, I'm going to focus on what actually moves the fucking needle. And oftentimes, number one, that is their relationship with food. And a lot of women notice that they do lose weight when they focus on their relationship with food because they're not just focused on food all the fucking time. We have the type A type of women who are very focused, very driven, who like to push their bodies nonstop. They're carrying a lot of water weight, inflammation. When they relax and chill the fuck out, they feel leaner, oftentimes eat in a deficit without realizing it. You can be working out twice a day. You can be tracking your macros. You can be eating super clean, no sugar, blah, blah, blah. Focusing so much on losing weight, and that won't do shit for your actual results. Your body doesn't care about your mental effort. Your body does not care about the amount of physical exertion. Your body cares about energy balance, calorie balance, if you're focused on weight loss. If you want to maintain muscle mass or build muscle mass, do you need to actually be working hard to build that muscle? Yes, absolutely. But any smart lifter knows that you build muscle when you are resting. So even in that case, more is not better.
I talk about how I was medium-sized for most of my life, and I couldn't break past a certain size and lose weight, okay, for the longest time. And it wasn't until I made this switch that it all changed for me, and the weight just started dropping off actually easily this time. So, you know, before, like, I would work out endlessly. I would work out for like 3 hours every single day, 5 days a week. I was lifting constantly. I was doing cardio all the time. I was running. I was this, that, whatever. I was also controlling my food intake like crazy. I was very particular about the foods I was putting into my body. I was like the ideal image of like what you're supposed to do if you want to be healthy, but I could not lose the weight. It wasn't until I actually shifted my identity and saw myself as someone who was naturally skinny. Like, honestly, that's what it was. Like, I started to act from that place. So I started to just go on walks, trust my body, trust my appetite, trust myself to listen to my own hunger cues and only eat when I'm hungry, stop when I'm satisfied, things like that. But I had to see myself as being naturally skinny first in order for those things to actually happen. Also, I have a weight loss guide that will help you through the whole process if you want to know all the mindset shifts and all the habits that I developed in order to actually lose the weight.